Hey guys, Randy Howell here for the wrap up video after Okeechobee. Unfortunately, again, we missed a cut, 2 in a row. No fun, we don't want to do it anymore. I thought Cherokee was a fluke and Okeechobee wouldn't be bad, but Okeechobee turned out disappointing. I was in 19th place after the first day. If you were keeping up with it, had a 6.13 that day, caught off a bed on a Cinco. And then I had so many fish around me. I was in the right area. I had a lot of people around me. A lot of people around me were catching fish, and I was catching fish as well. That second day, I just couldn't get any good even 2 to 2.5 pound bites. Hardly I had one 2.5 pounder, and the rest little pound, a pound and a quarter fish. I finally, get a big bite late in the day and lose it. You'll see that here, hopefully on the video in a minute. But me back up and start, had a great practice. Had bites scattered all around. I marked a lot of beds. I love Okeechobee, and I love Florida fishing. I love bed fishing, and I knew we had the right winds coming for that north shore to be good, and I stayed in that north area. I didn't run all over the lake. I picked one big area that traditionally always does well in every tournament down there, where I've done well at as last time I was there, I think I finished 7th or something like that in that same area. This time I marked tons and tons of beds on my Lowrance on one calm sunny day, and there wasn't fish on all of them, but in Florida they like hard bottom sandy spots, whether they're on the bed or not. They still feed and spawn and guard fry mostly in those big open holes in that grass. So I marked a lot of those places. And the first day, I went along out there. First thing I started that morning, swim jigging. You might see this is a Lunker Lure skip and swim jig. It's got a real small pointed head for grass. It's got weight on the belly, on the back here, a big flat weight, which is kind of like making it good for skipping and swimming through thick stuff. And had just a Yamamoto pearl white grub on the back of that, single tail grub, swimming that on braid, and wasn't getting many bites on it in practice, but every once in a while you could get a good bite if it was calm and the shad were spawning, and the wind just messed that bite up in that area. Never got that to really happen. But my main deal that I caught most of my fish on was on day one was with a Cinco, and I like wacky Cinco. I want to show you a little wacky Cinco trick for heavy cover in places like Florida and other places like that. This is a really stiff little gamakatsu. I think it's a stinger hook, and this is a 2/0, and it's real stiff so it won't bend, so it's a heavy duty hook. I got it on 20-pound gamma fluorocarbon line, and that 20-pound line makes it a power drop shot, so to speak. And this, now we finally get to talk about on this video here, is the rod and reel setup. The silver rods you've been seeing us fishing with for a while and not talking about is the new Daiwa Tatula Elite series, and it's a signature series for each one of us. Mine, Randy Howell name will be on it. I'll show you one of mine here in a minute. I've got 5 different actions and models. This is an Andy Montgomery rod. This is a 7-1 heavy action. This is a skipping dock fishing skipping type deal. It's got just a little bit of tip, but it's a heavy action. See right here, Andy's name on that. It's a great rod. It's got a handle that's not too long, so you can hold it two-handed without it being way out for skipping. Well, I use this rod for drop shotting, the power drop shot, and I just put about a 3/8 ounce little drop shot weight on the back of this, and I was flipping it in the holes in the grass. And this is my new color. I mentioned the week before on the love seat, I had a new color Cinco I really liked in Florida. This is called Watermelon Slice. It's got a lot of red, got a lot of green. It's kind of like a slice of watermelon. That's where that name come from. I was just hooking it right in the middle. You can't fish it through the grass real well like this, but I was pitching it into holes in the grass and wiggling it down, and you'll see, man, I caught a bunch of fish on it, and I was getting a lot of good bites. The problem was the big females were leaving the bed and they were moving out to the open water, and a lot of guys out behind me were starting to catch bigger fish that I didn't really even realize out there on top water, and I didn't figure that out till it was too late. But I caught most of them like this. Had 17, 15 the first day in 19th place. 20-pound fluorocarbon gamma, like I said, and this is the reel I mostly use. This is the new Tatula SV. It's the SV model. It's the spool like it's on the Steez SV and some of the other real expensive Daiwa reels. It's a stress-free, versatile spool, good for for casting in the wind, casting light bait. So that's going to be the one we're all fishing with this year, and it really matches up good with this silver rod. So this is the 8.1 fast, super fast retrieve. So be watching for the Tatula SV spool reel coming out real soon. These rods will be introduced at the Bassmaster Classic coming up at the end of this month, so be watching. These are going to be great rods. All this stuff's going to be priced really affordable for it to be top-notch tournament quality stuff, so be watching for that. I got the other technique I did a lot was the speed worm, swimming worm down there, and that's something that I caught a lot of fish on, and that's what broke my heart. The final second day I had a small limit, and I made a move, went down to one area that had a bunch of waypoints I hadn't hit yet, that I'd marked some beds, started throwing just a June pug speed worm with a 1/4 ounce weight, reeling it through there and loaded up. I set the hook, and man, I cut my side when I set the hook. It was such a solid, hard hook set with the fish kind of going the other way, and that was on this Ishman Row rod. This is the 7.4 frog rod, Ishman Row 7.4 frog rod. And the Steez 7.4 frog rod was always my favorite, pitching, flipping, all around, jerking hard, and heavy cover type rod. I use it for a lot of stuff. This is what they did with the Steez. They made it an Ishman Row rod, made it a little bit different, tweaked it just a little bit, put AGS, really light AGS guides on it, which are 50% lighter composite guides. So this is a great rod. I set the hook stout on him, got him to the boat, and I rushed him, and I shouldn't have rushed him. I swing them in so much. When you're using a 70-pound samurai dial or braid and a big flipping hook, you don't think about having to play around the boat with them. And I should have looked down and saw that he wasn't hooked that good, and I tried to just quickly swing him, and he come off half in the air and bumped the side of the boat, and I splashed down in the water. You won't be able to see it real well because the camera's on the console, and I was over by the passenger seat, but you see me lay down on the deck with a sick stomach, man. It felt like somebody gut punched me in the stomach. I mean, that's a bad feeling, especially to be my fault. It was really disappointing. It made a difference in me weighing in 8.13 that day, or I could have weighed in 14 something, because I would have thrown back a 13 or 14 ounce fish and kept that 6-pound plus fish. Would have made a huge difference. Would have fished another day. Always shoulda, wouldas, and couldas in our sport, and I've had a few of them here lately, but it's the way it goes. Only good bite I had, and I blew it. So I find out later that all the guys are out there around behind me. They're catching them on top water, and you know, I had the old walking balls too sitting here rigged up. I threw that, and I threw the regular walking balls, and the walking baits were starting to catch a lot of big fish, a lot of the post spawn fish that were moving out, and I just didn't pick up on it. I had so many fish I'd seen up in those holes in the grass. I kept thinking I was going to catch a good one any minute. Just didn't happen. So for Okeechobee, man, that's the wrap up. Disappointment, 57th place. I got a kind of a poor start to the season now with Cherokee and Okeechobee missing the cut. At least I haven't had a really bad points finish. Kind of been that one's in the middle of the road, and then the other one was 73rd. So we just got to start clawing our way back. But first, the Bassmaster Classic. That's the biggest one on the books. You all know it. I love it. I want to win it so bad. Don't have any idea yet what the fishing will be like, and don't even care. I just know I'm there, and the lake's full of big ones, and I've got all the right equipment to catch them. Just got to find them, and God's got to let it happen. If it's His will, it'll happen. He'll make it happen. I'll do my work, and we'll leave it up to Him. So until we get to down there to Lake Conroe, I hope you guys follow us, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, everywhere we go, and just watch what we're doing, and we'll see you on the road somewhere. Hopefully see you at the Classic. We'll have a lot of good updates coming. Hopefully some winning updates in this garage. We got to get this new garage in the winning mode and not in the losing mode, so that's what we're going to go after. So thanks for following us again. Good luck. God bless you. I'll see you on the road. See you.